It's really only executives who are charged with future value creation. Managers are not. And you think that might be a ludicrous statement, but they're really not. Hey everybody, welcome back. Blair Enns at Win Without Pitching, and we have a fantastic question from Scott. It was something I was just thinking about, so I thought I would drop what I was doing and come here and play Scott's question.
Hi Shannon and Blair. Here's the situation that I have in mind. You're having a great value conversation with a prospective client, and you're getting to the point in the conversation where you're trying to identify the metrics that you're all going to use to judge the success of the initiative that you're proposing. And so there's a couple metrics that are starting to come to mind that you might use to judge the value or lack of value that exists in the organization right now, and also how those metrics might help to judge the value that would get created if you were to do the initiative that's being proposed. The problem is the prospect seems to kind of dance around what seem to be the most valuable metrics. And it seems like they keep on suggesting alternative metrics that are, let's say, a little bit more anemic than...
All right, I'm going to stop Scott right there. He elaborates a little bit more. But we've got the picture here. So what's going on is Scott is conducting a value conversation. He's at the metrics step, which is step 2 of 4, and he's getting pushback. Clients trying to substitute some other metrics. So one of two things is going on here. I would usually suspect that the primary problem is Scott is dealing with somebody who's too low on the decision-making totem pole. So let me explain that. It's really only executives who are charged with future value creation. Managers are not. And you think that might be a ludicrous statement, but they're really not. Managers are charged with managing people, processes, budgets, timeframes. So you might be in conversation with a manager, Scott, who knows what you're doing. You're trying to take the conversation to the value to be created, and they just don't want to go there because it's not part of their mandate. It's not part of their remit. That's the most common problem. But I know Scott, and I know he's been trained at this, so I suspect this is not the problem. I suspect, Scott, the problem that you're dealing with is you are dealing with somebody who is high enough up on the decision-making tree. You are dealing with an executive in the organization, but still they're pushing back. They don't want to disclose to you the meaningful metrics. And if that's the case, what's almost certainly going on is you have somebody who does not want to pay you based on value creation. They don't want to be this kind of willing partner in this conversation to map out how much value that might be created so that you could get paid based on that value. And you know what the appropriate course of action is? It's to respect it. You have the conversation as best you can. When it starts to get awkward, you just proceed and get the basic information so that you can retreat and write your proposal. When you present your 3-option proposal, you know they're not going to buy the value option. You can still present that as an anchor for reasons that we've talked about and I'll talk about here at some point. It's covered extensively in Pricing Creativity. But you know they're not going to select the anchor price. They're going to end up in the middle or at the cheapest option. And there's a variety of reasons for that. This executive might be a price buyer. They're not interested in value. They're interested in the lowest price. They might see what it is that you are selling or what they imagine they will be buying from you as a commodity. And they might be thinking, whatever elaborate price you're going to come up with, Scott, I know I can go and get exactly the same thing in the marketplace based on an hourly rate. So it's one of those two things. You're dealing with a low-level decision maker or you're dealing with an executive price buyer. Hope that helps. For the rest of you, if you have questions like Scott's, well, not exactly like Scott's, but questions about new business, about pricing, about growing existing accounts, go to winwithoutpitching.com/AMA, ask me anything, and be sure to hit the bell and subscribe here on YouTube so that you're notified the next time we post a video like this. Thanks. Have a great day.